Hallo zusammen. Have you already fully embraced 2024 or are you still stuck in 2023? Either way, today we're going to talk about 5 songs, my personal top 5 songs as a German native speaker that were released in 2023 and what makes them great. Even though this is a top list video sort of, I'm not gonna count down my least favorite to my most favorite one because honestly speaking, that's not really possible. I like all of these songs for different reasons because they are really different in style, in their, well, expressiveness, if you will. You know, they deal with different topics. Some of them are mainstream, successful stuff. Some of them are rather deep cuts and more specific in terms of their sound, design and whatnot, or production even. And with that being said, let's just begin with song number 5. Wem die Stunde schlägt by Oomph. Oomph. This song, which basically translates to For Whom the Bell Tolls, was the band's first single with their new singer, Der Schulz. As someone who's been listening to Oomph since their breakthrough single Augen auf, which I fully analyzed, translated and compared to the English version of the song by the way, I was really curious to find out how different the German metal pioneers may sound without Dero, the previous singer. And while the essence of the band's tight and heavy sound remains the same, Der Schulz definitely adds a new, slightly different flavor, while incorporating his different sounding voice perfectly into the new songs. And while I haven't seen them live with Der Schulz yet, I have heard many great things about his interpretation of older band classics as well. I reacted to and analyzed this song lyrically in addition to listening to the new related album Richter und Henker, Judge and Executioner on the channel for the first time, and what can I tell you, both are really well done in my opinion. Track number 2 is the latest entry in this list in terms of when it was released because it's quite young actually, only a few days old by the time of this recording, and I'm talking about So raus by Alligatoah, featuring someone you may have heard of before, Fred Durst of Limp Bizkit. Yes, it's true. This is a collaboration that no one ever saw coming, but it happened. And it's cool. It's really cool, actually. Yes, it's a new metal track, released in 2023, but certainly with an early 2000s vibe to it, which I really dig. Especially among people my age, meaning, you know, early 30s, late 20s, and so on, and younger even, Alligatoah is a pretty well-known German musician and capable of interpreting various different musical styles, ranging from hip-hop, pop, rock, or even to metal. This collaboration itself really surprised everyone, and in addition, it was part of a creative marketing campaign, because Alligatoah basically announced his artistic death, resembling a burial of his old artistic self, as we know now, and giving birth to a new musical version of himself. It's a really, really catchy track, with a great melodic hook in the chorus, which is something that I really appreciate in general and specifically in his music as a recurring quality. You may actually experience something new in this video that you didn't know before. I'm talking about Auf dem Hügel by Subway to Sally. This genre, this musical experience, let me put it this way, is really special, but it's really, really cool as well. Subway to Sally, a German band that celebrates their 30th album debut's anniversary in 2024 and has released various albums ever since back then. While the first few songs were mainly in English, they switched to predominantly German lyrics, flavored up with occasional, mostly choral, Latin pieces here and there. Auf dem Hügel wasn't a single, but it's definitely among my favorites on their 2023 album Himmelfahrt, Ascension, which in itself is a really strong album, one I've also reacted to here on the channel by the way. Auf dem Hügel means on the hill, and it encapsulates all trademarks that make the sound of Subway to Sally so special. As a 7-piece band, they create a blend of rock and metal, and folk or medieval soundscapes. Next to using original and exotic instruments such as different types of bagpipes, a hurdy-gurdy, tin whistle, a mandolin, or an 8-string Renaissance lute, singer Eric Fisch carries the songs with a raspy, warm, strong voice. And what's also typical for most of their lyrics, this song also features poetic lyricism. Great track and a really catchy one on top of everything. For many Germans, this next song may be one of the most controversial ones compared to the others, because it was a match, well, not made in heaven, but it happened, and it turned out pretty cool, I think. It has received much airplay on German mainstream radio stations, the really, really big ones, and that is one of the reasons why, well, I guess many Germans may also dislike this song, because it is a catchy tune, but it gets played like 1,000 times a day. I'm talking about Komet by Udo Lindenberg and Apache 207. Believe it or not, but for Udo Lindenberg, one of the two collaborators on the song Komet, it's actually his very first #1 single in the German charts, and considering that he's been around since the late 60s in terms of releasing music, that's insane. And he's pretty popular. And to my surprise, he actually fits in well with his co-writer Apache 207, a German rapper who's especially popular among younger generations. Both have a very distinct vocal style, and both certainly express a certain type of coolness. And while Udo Lindenberg is rather rooted in old school pop rock and roll, Apache is known for modern hip-hop tracks. Komet is a musical blend, a mixture of both worlds, but a damn catchy one at that, with a mainstream appeal that still manages to maintain a certain class to it, I think. And you know what? I actually like it. Last but not least, this choice was really tough. Not because I didn't know if I should include this song or this artist in this list, but this artist's entire album that also got released in 2023 is really cool from front to back. But I went with Ein Auge Blau by Peter Fox. And here's why. Ein Auge Blau, the opening track on Peter Fox's second solo album, Love Songs. Out of all songs on this list, this one certainly remains the most played one for me. Peter Fox is a German musician who specialized in merging pop, rap, dub, dancehall, and modern electronic sounds, especially on this album. Musically, he's been around since the late 90s and is also known for being a member of the band Seed, who arguably are the most successful German artists in the realm of dancehall and dub, flavored with hip-hop and pop sensibilities. This song has quite an uplifting message, I think. To me, it's about getting back up after having been destroyed or knocked out. Not necessarily by specific people, but maybe just by life itself, circumstances and the like. I really love Peter Fox's strong melodic vocal delivery while keeping a cool flow and referring to various topics in a very organic, natural, yet still poetic way. Of course, you can also find a Spotify playlist with all 5 songs linked in the video description down below. I hope that you're definitely gonna give this video a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that yet, and of course you can also share this video with others. That is a great help, as always. You can also find me on patreon.com/definitely and support me there, my work on YouTube. That is a great help as well. Massive thanks to all the current and also maybe upcoming supporters watching this right now. I really, really appreciate that, and that really helps a whole lot making all this possible for you guys. So thanks for watching, I'd say, and definitely see you next time. Tschüss und bis zum nächsten Mal.